Hey guys! In the Zoom meeting this morning, my friends voted, and I had several friends that said that they still wanted to have me read aloud a story to them every evening at 5 o'clock during the weekdays, so that is what I'm going to do. Today's story is called The Paper Crane. It's by Molly Bang. Pretty illustration. Another illustration. Looks like this story might take place in a restaurant. What do you think? All right. A man once owned a restaurant on a busy road. He loved to cook good food and he loved to serve it. He worked from morning until night and he was happy. But a new highway was built close by. Travelers drove straight from one place to another and no longer stopped at the restaurant. Many days went by when no guests came at all. The man became very poor and had nothing to do but dust and polish his empty plates and tables. There's a picture of the highway compared to where the restaurant is. Oh, here's some pictures of them just passing the time, hoping for customers. Whoop. One evening, a stranger came into the restaurant. His clothes were old and worn, but he had an unusual, gentle manner about him. Here's the stranger. What's really cool about these pictures is that they're not actually drawings. They're made from cutting up paper and arranging it as the objects. So that's pretty cool. Though he said he had no money to pay for food, the owner invited him to sit down. He cooked the best meal he could make and served him like a king. What a nice man. When the stranger had finished, he said to his host, "I cannot pay you with money, but I would like to thank you in my own way." Wonder what he's going to do for them. He picked up a paper napkin from the table and folded it into the shape of a crane. "You have only to clap your hands," he said, "and this bird will come to life and dance for you. Take it and enjoy while it is with you." And with these words, the stranger left. It happened just as the stranger had said. The owner had only to clap his hands, and the paper crane became a living bird, flew down to the floor, and danced. Soon word of the dancing crane spread, and people came from far and near to see the magic bird perform. Business is booming. That means they have lots of customers coming. The owner was happy, for his restaurant was always full of guests again. He cooked and served and had company from morning until night. Random weird thing to point out. I just noticed this baby looks like he has a full-on beard, like 5 o'clock shadow going on. So that's where Mrs. Keller's mind is right now. Enjoy that. A little disturbing. I think it's supposed to be shadows, but... The weeks passed, and months. Do you see it? Paper crane. What's happening? One evening, a man came into the restaurant. His clothes were old and worn, but he had an unusual, gentle manner. The owner knew him at once and was overjoyed. The stranger, however, said nothing. He took a flute from his pocket, raised it to his lips, and began to play. Everyone is listening to his song. Can you predict what's going to happen next? Beautiful. The crane flew down from its place on the shelf and danced as it had never danced before. The stranger finished playing, lowered the flute from his lips, and returned it to its pocket. He climbed on the back of the crane, and they flew out the door and away. What a strange sight that would be to see. The paper crane. The restaurant still stands by the side of the road, and guests still come to eat the good food and hear the story of the gentle stranger and the magic crane from a paper napkin. But neither the stranger nor the dancing crane has ever been seen again. The end. Like how the boys picked up flute so he can be like the stranger. That was The Paper Crane by Molly Bang. I'm just going to be reading stories at 5 o'clock for fun, so I'm not asking you comprehension questions. I'm not asking you to think about cause and effect. I'm not asking you to think about much besides just enjoying the story. So this time is going to be to enjoy, to be entertained with Mrs. Keller, and just have a good book to listen to. So I hope that this was a good time for you. This wasn't a waste of time, and that you enjoyed it. And I will see you tomorrow with another story. I have a whole box of books that I picked up today from my parents' house, where I store all of my excess school stuff. So I found some books that I think you'll enjoy, and you'll just have to come back tomorrow and see what I pick for Tuesday. Have a great night. I miss you. Bye.